winter had exhausted the engines on the island of Sodor significantly. Thomas and the Scottish twins in particular worked their hardest to clear away the snowdrifts that had built up during the blizzards. They were glad they could finally go to rest when spring eventually came. The engines loved watching the flowers blossom to life. But it wasn't long before the wind came back again, though much to the engine's rejoice, it left the snow behind.
One particularly windy day, the Fat Controller arrived at Tidmouth Sheds with important news. "The annual flower show is coming up and is to be opened by Alicia Botti," he said. The engines all remembered Alicia Botti from when she first came to Sodor.
Thomas was supposed to pull her train that day, but...
Percy ended up filling in for him.
"I should have been the one to pull her train," Gordon grunted.
"What makes you so worthy?"
hissed Henry.
"A crew-built engine would have been more her type."
"Enough nonsense," said the Fat Controller. "We need to get the last preparations done on time. Percy, you will go to the docks."
Percy accepted the order straight away, but Gordon and James quickly became jealous. "He gets to collect Alicia Botti again?" Gordon spluttered. That's... James put in, "disgraceful!
Disgusting! Despicable!"
Now, who said Percy was picking up Miss Botti?" chuckled the Fat Controller. "Percy will be making a special delivery. The rest of you will be able to give you a contribution in other ways. Gordon, you will pull Alicia Botti's train. James, you will collect the last remaining flowers with Edward, and Henry will collect a tray load of compost."
"Sounds delicious,"
Henry teased. Percy set off to the docks. The wind howled around his wheels as he puffed, wondering what his special delivery was. "I can't believe the lazy slackers are making me lift this!"
Cranky moaned as Percy pulled into the docks.
"Where is it?"
Percy puffed up, and was disappointed to find his special to be a roll of red carpet.
"I don't see what's so special about that."
Percy wished gloomily.
"Or that may be a magic carpet," said Salty. "I heard them tales across the 7 seas about them. Apparently they can fly. Why not try some magic words? Maybe it'll take you to the skies."
"Magic words? Such as please?"
Percy asked innocently. Salty laughed.
That might work, but why not try them words the magicians use, too?"
Workmen arrived to tie down the carpet on Percy's flatbed, when suddenly...
"Lazy, good-for-nothing workmen."
Cranky's cable snapped, and the pipes rolled all over the rails. The workmen stopped what they were doing, and rushed to put things right. But then, the signal dropped, and Percy had to leave before the carpet could be tied down. Percy didn't let it bother him, and puffed cheerfully through the countryside. His cheerfulness came to an end when Gordon saw what he was carrying. "A carpet? Pah! No wonder the Fat Controller asked me to take Alicia Botti. Pulling such a silly carpet wouldn't be dignified." Percy was desperate for a good comeback.
It's not silly. It's a magic carpet."
"Magic carpet? Pah!" Gordon snorted and called Percy's bluff. "Prove it!" Just then, the wind proved Percy's point. The carpet lifted off the flatbed and rose up into the sky. Percy was stunned, but used it to his advantage.
"Look! It is magic! It's flying!"
"Oh, please!" grunted Gordon, and puffed away to fetch the special coach. Murdoch rushed through with a heavy goods train. Caught in the uplift of his steam, the carpet was blown onto one of his wagons.
"Oh no!"
cried Percy.
"The carpet! It'll get wrecked!"
"After him, Percy! We must get it back!" called the driver. Hurrying, Percy whistled loudly out to Murdoch, but he was in no position to stop. The trucks wanted to play keep away, and laughed as they gave Murdoch a push. "On, on, on!" they cried. Murdoch thought they wanted to be delivered on time, and puffed well ahead of Percy.
"Help! Murdoch's got my special!"
Percy cried as he raced through Marin Station. James, who was picking up more flowers for the show, had heard everything.
That's what happens when you send a green engine to do a red engine's job.
As Murdoch cleared the station, a huge gust of wind lifted the carpet off his train and dropped it on top of Toby. Fortunately, the line Percy was on took him alongside Toby, but Toby was well out in front. Percy chased Toby all the way to the nearest station, where the tram engine stopped for water.
Wait up, Toby!
Percy cried out as he rushed in. Toby didn't move, but the carpet did. The breeze lifted it off Toby's roof and onto Thomas's branch line. Gordon, who had witnessed everything, thought it was very funny.
Having trouble keeping it up, Percy? You know what they say, what goes up must come down.
Percy was in no mood for squabbles, but then there was trouble. Thomas was on his afternoon run, and in a rush to collect Annie and Clarabelle.
No! Stop, Thomas! Stop!
Percy cried out, but Thomas couldn't, and he was heading right for the carpet.
I'll say a magic word!
Percy puffed.
Have you gone mad?
Gordon spluttered, but at this point, Percy didn't care.
Hey, presto! Hocus pocus! Abracadabra!
But the carpet lay where it was.
Please?
Percy wheezed desperately. At last, the wind blew and lifted the carpet out of the way just in time, and back onto Percy's flatbed. Well, Gordon was astonished.
It is magic,
he gasped.
So now do you believe me?
Said Percy, tired but triumphant.
At last the workmen were able to secure the carpet tightly, and Percy puffed away. James and Edward had already delivered the flowers, and all the decorations were up by the time Percy arrived. Then he saw the Fat Controller. Percy decided to tell the Fat Controller what had happened.
It's not torn or dirty or anything, sir, Percy pleaded.
The Fat Controller smiled. The important thing is that you made it here on time and didn't try to sweep this little incident under the rug. Percy beamed happily. Soon the carpet was rolled out, and all that remained to arrive was Elise Shabati. Elise Shabati declared the flower show officially open, and the ceremony started. The flower show went splendidly, and more guests than ever before arrived, it seemed. As Percy went back to his shed that night, he was proud. He knew that he had tricked Sodor's biggest engine with the oldest trick in the book.